Okay, I found something interesting today while playing with this servo motor. It's an, I don't know if you can see that. There it is. Two windings. Standard. Okay, and I've got this 250 watt motor here. Driving it from this power supply. It's set on the 6-volt setting. It's at a little over 4 volts right now. I need to turn it down to 4. And it's on the 1.5 amp setting, but I've got this digital meter reading the amperage going into it. Here's the interesting part. I am going to short, just a direct short, one of the coils together and see what happens. So my amp draw goes from 1 amp, 555 or 550 milliamps when it's just driving the servo motor unloaded. So yes, it's actually using less energy when I short both. Actually, when I short both of the coils, it accelerates. I'll try to show you here. So now we're drawing 1 amp, 410 or 20 milliamps. And now I'll try to short the other one for you if I can. Okay, I've got two shorted here in my hands. And now we're down to 1 amp, 240 or 30 milliamps. Okay, so I'm releasing one. And now I release the other. And now it's back to 1 amp, 550 or 560. Just thought I'd share that with you. Oh yeah, here's my motors that I just received. Where are they? This is the one I've been playing with to begin with. It's not identical to yours. This one, the case seems to be more identical to the one you're using, but I'm having to drive it off the front here because of the pulley arrangement I have. I'm not able to bore this out very much because I'm afraid it's just too small of a pulley for the 10mm drive shaft there. But there's the cogging on this motor seems to be much less. This new motor, it's actually the EMP model they call it, the N6374 170 kV, instead of this one, which doesn't have the information on it, but it's a C6374 200 kV. That's my setup right now. Oh, here's another thing I'm just remembering. I'm going to take this, I don't know if you can see it. It's actually 2 ohm 10 watt resistor. Let's see what happens here. Can you see what I'm doing? I've got one lead from one of the coils. So I don't know if you saw that. It doesn't pull the amp draw down as much as a dead short, but it definitely does better than when there's no load. Actually, that's weird to say, but it's drawing less power than when it's unloaded. But when I take something like this 8 ohm 20 watt resistor, there seems to be some kind of a window of how much resistance you can put on this. Let me see if I can show it here. I'll fumble with my hands here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get it all in the picture here. Oh, actually I'm above the voltage that I was earlier, so it's actually dropping the power down also, the power requirement down. But when I go down to, I'll show you, I don't have an RPM measurement right now, but I'll go down to 3 volts. And try the same thing. It's definitely slower. Now we are drawing 1 amp, 350, 360. And I'll try this experiment again with the 8 ohm 20 watt resistor. It's hard to see. Let me see if I can get this connected here. Let's see what we're drawing again to begin with. 1 amp, 360, 370. Without it connected. And now I'll connect it here. And then we'll go look at the amperage again. So it's just connected off of one of the coils here. See if it'll hang, stay connected. So it's actually drawing a touch more when you go up to that 8 ohm resistance, as opposed to when you do this. A direct short. So I'm shorted. Now we went down to 1 amp, 260, 270 at 3 volt input to the drive motor. I'll show you what happens when I connect both windings together. So we have one connected shorted here. Now I need to connect the other one. I haven't changed the input voltage at all to the motor, the drive motor, but these are loosely connected. Loosely shorted. Now we've gone all the way down to 1 amp, 130, 140 milliamps. So we take it off again, one of them. halfway to 1 amp 260, then the other. So they're all disconnected from each other. Slowly touching, now back up to 1 amp 360. Now I have seen something like this when I built the Thane-Hines generator, or some version of it, and there seems to be an RPM threshold, an RPM window that it accelerates in, and also a resistance. So if I were to take this 33 ohm 10 watt resistor and try the same thing, same simple connection. So we have one on the case here, which is grounded to the other side, and we jump all the way up. See, just a simple connected resistor. We jump all the way up to 100, or 1 amp 520. Milliamps. I don't know if you can see it clearly. You can hear it in the tone of the generator, or the belt, I'm not sure which. So connected, shorted. Well, you can hear it better at 4 volts input. And I think the reaction is actually better. So I'm going to take it up to 4 volts. And that's about maxed out on the 1.5 amp setting. So that's what the meter is reading over here is 1 amp 500. Just a little over 1.5 amps. It's much easier to hear the difference. So we have one of the coils here. Let's see if I can move the camera a touch. Just one of the coils, red and gray. So we short it. That's much easier to hear. Okay, so we have the 2 coils shorted, not to each other, and it's all the way down from 100, or 1 amp 550 milliamps to 1 amp 230, 240. I wish I had well, I have a tachometer, it's just not set up, or the system's not set up. See, watch when I put just a touch of resistance. So it must be helping it quite a bit. I can't keep up with it at that speed actually to help it, but anyway. Yep. So in some way or another, this generator, this servo motor generator, is helping the drive motor along in some way. Without any without any input, extra input. Not sure how that works. This is actually getting somewhat warm, being shorted. for that long. I'll show you this doubler circuit also. I'm sure you've seen 1,000 of them, but it's just a simple 1 in 4007 diodes and some recycled capacitors. I need some clip leads here. Let's go to the input side. And another voltmeter. Let's see what. I haven't been able to get any usable amperage output of this. What is this? This servo motor generator. I'll show you what the voltage is capable of with this doubler circuit. Okay, the windings are actually identical, so I can use one as a reference for the other. So I'll go to the AC setting and measure one of the coils on an AC setting. Yeah, I guess you'll have to trust me. Is at 9 volt AC output right now. Now we'll switch over to DC and see what this doubler circuit is putting out as far as just voltage. The doubler circuit. I've got the two outputs. Oh, it's over 20 volts DC, but I don't think it's very usable. It says it's at 28 volts DC, so that's about a voltage tripler circuit, I guess. Okay. Now I am able to light this bulb on the. This is a 7 volt bulb at 300 milliamps. Wow, actually I just heard an acceleration. I haven't tried it in this configuration yet, so that's new to me. Wow, okay, let me show you that. Before I put the bulb on, it is 1 amp, 540. I guess I'll stop reading out the measurement to you. I guess you can read that. So now, let me rig this up right quick so you can see what's going on. Okay. Well, it's kind of a bit more difficult than it seems. Maybe if I had clip leads it would work easier. Stay on there like that. No, we have our light bulb. Clip leads aren't doing anything, I assure you. They're just on a hanging doubler circuit there. So I'll disconnect them just so you won't assume anything. So there's the circuit, there's the open red and black wires. It's down to that amp draw. So back to the bulb. No bulb. Let it hang there on one wire. It's just hanging. No tricky stuff. Back up to jump to 30 to 40 milliamps. Okay. So this is incredible actually. I've never been able to use the output for anything useful on this particular setup. So we were at 1 amp, 530 or 540. So now what I'm going to try is the light connected with one of them shorted, and seeing if I can get more output from the light without putting any more input into the motor. So we have our brightness here, maybe on the camera. I'm going to disconnect the coil that's aiding the motor as a short. I'm not sure if the light is dimming or not. It's just about staying the same. Maybe it's dimming slightly when I disconnect the shorted wires, but okay, finally got it connected here. So we were at 1 amp, 530, 540. Now we're at 1 amp, 300. With one coil shorted and one coil connected to a light bulb. So we're drawing less energy. The drive motor is needing less energy to drive the motor, but we're actually pulling energy off of the generator, pulling it out. So let's go back to just running it idle. No load, no help. The generator's not helping right now, the drive motor. And now we're back up to 1.53 amps. I guess that's an easier way to say that. And I guess as proof, or what have you, we have the wires coming, well, where are they? This other one's going through the meter. It's rigged up down there. It's going through the meter, as you would measure any amperage, DC amperage, straight over to the power supply. No tricky business, just a lot of jumbled wires here. I'll try it later on a higher voltage setting and then switch it over to my higher amperage setting. See what else I can get out of this guy. I guess that's it from Texas for now.